Hi all. So till now Saturn is in retrograde motion, but from 11th October 2021 onwards it is becoming forward. Means till now, means till 10th October 2021 Saturn was appearing to be moving backward with respect to Earth. Of course it was not actually moving backwards, but with respect to Earth it appears like moving backwards because it slows down. See, every planet doesn't move with constant speed, changes its speed with respect to Earth. Every planet changes its speed with respect to Earth some or the other time. So in this particular process, when a planet is appearing to be moving slowly with respect to Earth, then it appears to be moving backwards, or we say it is in retrograde motion. Now from 11th October onwards Saturn is moving forward, right? So with respect to Earth you can see Saturn is moving forward. What is Saturn? Basically Saturn's energy is related to the lower masses in mundane astrology, or in the general astrology also. Saturn is the Karaka of karma because it is the lord of the 10th house, that is Capricorn. Capricorn is this particular sign is an earthy sign. It mainly relates to karma. It mainly believes in practical work. Means it believes in by doing some physical work, or by doing some action, or by working on so and so thing for so many hours or for a particular duration constantly with discipline, with so much of with so much of discipline, with so much of sincerity, then only we can achieve something. This is the belief system of Capricorn. So in this particular, so Saturn is the head of Capricorn. Of course it is also the head of Aquarius, but Saturn is also the head of Capricorn here. So this particular Saturn is becoming direct in the sign of Capricorn itself. So what happens is when it is shifting from retrograde motion to forward motion, whatever things stuck so far, they are going to be mobilized. You will see they will start moving the things that are in pending status, whatever things that are in pending status, especially the Capricorn related energy, means the karma energy, the professional energy, right? So karma energy means people will start working more from 11th October onwards, you can say. People will try to mobilize themselves more, will try to participate in more and more activities. You can observe more karma you will see in the on the earthly plane. They will try to work on something, right? So that kind of energy, because whatever stuck so far, right? Even for the people, based on your horoscope, you can understand Saturn would be the Karaka of your marriage based on its strength. So even for now, let us say your marriage is stuck so far, right? But now your marriage will get fructified. You will see, you will see more matches would be coming. Or if Saturn is the Karaka of your profession in your horoscope, then what happens? So basically, as Saturn is your Karaka of profession, then whatever is stuck so far. So till now you may not, if you don't have job, now you're going to get job from 11th October onwards. There is a change, there is a significant change you can observe. So what is Saturn for you based on your horoscope? If you know that, so it actually depends upon your horoscope, right? So of course we will do some ascendant based analysis, but based on your horoscope you can clearly understand what is Saturn for you, whether Saturn is the marriage significator, or is the profession significator, or is it related to your fame, or is it related to your decision making, communication, or it's related to your gains, your is it related to your religion, or it's related to the kind of cultural activities you do or the religious activities you do. So based on different things, right, you can clearly see what is Saturn for you. Is Saturn is the karaka of your progeny? Then if Saturn is the karaka of progeny, then so far it is stuck, it is retrograde. Now as it is moving forward, then you will clearly see there is a significant action would be going on in the Saturn related activities based on your horoscope. That is one of the good things that you can clearly observe with this Saturn becoming direct from 11th October onwards. So it is going to be action oriented more, right? So it is going to be, it is set in action, right? And also, as we discussed, this particular Saturn is in Shravana Nakshatra, so this kind of Saturn is also going to punish the politicians more, right? The kind of punishment is also going to be the things are finalized by this time, so they will get their punishment from now onwards. Whatever the politicians, the bad politicians, they will also get the punishment. Very clearly it is seen. So now if you observe it for different ascendants, for Aries, you can see Rahu is sitting in the second house, so it is giving some challenges in the second house areas, whether it's food or bank balance, or it can be in the family matters, right? So that is mainly related to sustenance, you can say, right? In the sustenance areas for Aries ascendant, so it is giving some troubles. But if you check the 10th house for them, Saturn and Jupiter, two Yoga Karaka planets for them, are sitting in the 10th house, so it is going to be mobilized more, right? So the 10th house matters are going to be manifested more for Aries ascendant people from 11th October onwards. So something like if they don't have any job, they will definitely get a job. It's very easy for them, right? Just they have to try, they have to just put some normal efforts, that's it, they are going to get job. The Aries ascendant people are going to get jobs from 11th October onwards, right? That is for sure. Just they have to put some efforts, because Saturn is the most powerful planet. It is right, even the Jupiter is sitting in the 10th house, and right, so now it is going this particular Saturn becoming direct will give them some job. If Jupiter will also become direct in future, some other time in November or something, they are going to get even more something better, even more better, or something great also, or whatever they are going to get now, it is going to be fructified more and more, right, in the month of November, once Jupiter will also become direct. Anyways, this Saturn direct is going to give some good results for Aries ascendant people. And Ketu, Venus are sitting in the 8th house, matters for them. So as the 8th house, in 8th house Ketu is sitting, and they may expect some kind of easy money also if they really try. Especially the easy money would be from the relationships and all the stuff, the Venus related stuff. That is one prediction we can make here with this Ketu Venus thing. Or we can also say, if they are very much thinking about the Venus related things, right? They are very much thinking about the Venus related things like buildings or whatever, right? All the Venus related things, and this is giving them more and more worries, and also as it is 8th house related energy, it is giving them more stress. So they still have that stress and the pressure they have, right? The 8th house energy is still present for them, and as it is the Venus, so the relationship related pressure is still present for them, we can say that. And for Aries ascendant, as we know, Mercury is the functionally malefic planet for them, and it is sitting in the 6th house, so they have to take care of their health, obviously. But this particular Mercury, even though it is functionally malefic, it is sitting in its own Mulatrikona house, so it may not be very powerfully giving them any kind of disease, right? So they are okay for this, they are fine. If with little efforts they can be out of this. And as Sun and Mars are also here in the 6th house, so they can work on their daily routines, whether the gym activities or going to some office or doing something with some discipline. So they can try to concentrate on that, because the 6th house energy is very much significant here. They can get benefit out of it. So as a whole, this is the energy present for Aries ascendant. And if you check it for the next ascendant, let me make it Taurus. So in the Taurus, Rahu itself is present. So there would be some kind of cheating for them with their own decisions, you can say, or they're worried a bit during this period. Means Rahu is sitting in the Taurus ascendant for the past 1.5 years. So for them, little bit of worries are very much common, because even though whether Rahu is having very good dignity in their personal horoscope or not, as Rahu is transiting in the ascendant itself, it is going to give them some worries for sure. And for Taurus ascendant, Mars is actually a functionally malefic planet, and it is sitting in the 5th house. So 5th house is related to the bachelor degree education, and also it's related to the creativity things, the progeny related things, right? So in these areas they have to take care, because Mars is transiting here. So once Mars is leaving this Virgo sign, they are fine, right, with this 5th house related areas. 5th house is also related to sports. So if they are in sports, a Taurus ascendant people, they may find some problem also because of this Mars. Better they do some propitiations related to Mars during this particular week. And the other planets, like for Taurus ascendant, if you see, Sun is one Yoga Karaka planet, so 4th Lord. So obviously, as Sun is also present in the 5th house, so it can give them some kind of solution if they are suffering from any disease, because 5th house is solution giving energy. And Mercury is also transiting there, it's very good. So they will get some solutions for whatever problems they are facing in the 5th house related matters. So as a whole, the 5th house energy is having some kind of positive energy and some kind of negative energy because of Mars. So anyways, the problems may not be very severe because Sun and Mercury are really trying to give some good results for 5th house also, but the results, the positive results given by Sun and Mercury would be reduced by Mars. So if they do some propitiations for Mars, that would be good enough. And in the 7th house, Ketu, Venus are present. So obviously a detachment with the relationship is very much expected here. So better they try to make the marriage relationship or whatever relationship they have, or if they are into business, that partnership or the relationship, better they try to put some efforts to make this relationship energy with others harmonious. Better they try to put some efforts, better they avoid any kind of arguments with the legal marriage, with the spouse, the legal spouse, right? So that is very much expected here. They have to take care of this relationship matters, right? They need to avoid arguments and everything. And in the 9th house, Saturn and Jupiter are present. For Taurus ascendant, clearly Jupiter is a functionally malefic planet, and this Jupiter is sitting in the 9th house. So obviously they may not expect a very great luck also. Better they try to concentrate on the relationship better. Means just being harmonious, they can do something better. But as Saturn, here Saturn is playing a very major role. This particular Saturn is a Yoga Karaka planet for Taurus ascendant, and this Saturn is becoming direct. So with respect to Saturn, you can clearly see there would be some solution coming for them for the problems that they are suffering for the past a few months. But this particular solution giving energy, as a very severe solution giving energy, is reduced by Jupiter here, the functionally malefic Jupiter for them. So better they perform some propitiations for Jupiter also, so that the solution provided by Saturn, especially on 11th October Monday, is going to be very good for them. Better they perform some propitiations for Jupiter and also for Mars. That is about and also Venus, they have to take care of Venus, the relationship energy they have to take care, because there clearly there are some problems with respect to relationship here, and right, better they try to, even it is a personal affair, right, something like a love affair, there also some kind of problems are seen. Better they perform some propitiations for Jupiter and Mars, and Venus is their ascendant lord, but even it is the sixth house lord. Better they perform some propitiations for Venus as well, because Venus is Libra is the Mula Trikona house of Venus, and it is falling in the sixth house. So that is why they have to perform some propitiations for Venus also. Now if you check Gemini, so as you are checking Gemini, the three planets that come into our mind are Rahu, Ketu and Jupiter. So Jupiter is still in the 8th house, giving them pressure, stress, right, and Rahu, Ketu, or Rahu is in the 12th house, making them putting lot of expenditure and all the stuff. Ketu is in the 6th house, so they have to take care of their health for sure. And what about Saturn? Saturn is at least becoming direct. So the Saturn is, of course, it's going to be yoga karaka for them, right? So they may expect something positive from 11th October Monday onwards. Whatever problems they are facing so far, the kind of stress they faced so far, and the kind of things that are stuck so far, they may get some kind of relaxation, right? This is what we can say. And the fourth lord Mercury is, of course, it's one of the best planets for them. The Mercury is also in the Mula Trikona house, that is the best thing for them. So they try to make use of their decision making power during this time, because their decision making power would be very excellent during this season, because as long as this Mercury is in the Virgo sign, their this particular decision making capacity would be good. So they can use that decision making capacity in the problem areas they are facing, that is expenditure and the pressure that they are feeling, and also the sixth house matters, whether it is service, means in the professional side or whatever. So right, and in the following the daily routines or with the relationship, right, the Ketu Venus is also sitting in the sixth house. So whatever problems they are facing in these areas, better they use their decision making power to come out of all the problems. So it's a kind of challenging environment, but yes, they are basically they are communicative, they can take some good decisions, better they try to depend on themselves and try to get a best solution. Now if you check the other ascendant, that is Cancer ascendant. For Cancer ascendant, Jupiter is functionally malefic, and Saturn is also malefic for them. So this Jupiter and Saturn, they are directly in the 7th house, so spoiling the 7th house in the transit. So they may have some problems when the 7th house matters, because of the transit effects. They are facing issues in the 7th house, relationship, the legal spouse matters, and of course in the 2020 I think this Cancer ascendant people faced some health issues also more, because 6th house means the 2019 the solar eclipse, December solar eclipse occurred in the Sagittarius sign only. The 6th planet conjunction and the solar eclipse, that is completely made the Sagittarius this particular sign very chaotic, and thereby for Cancer ascendant people created a lot of health issues also in the 2020 because of the December 2019 solar eclipse. They experienced health issues, severe health issues in the 2020 year. So better in this, if you check the fifth house energy here, solution giving energy for a disease, and Ketu Venus and Ketu Venus are transiting here. So that is okay, good, but as this Ketu is moving out of Scorpio, when Ketu moves out of Scorpio, they may get solution definitely for the health issues they faced in 2020, you can say. And for now, in the third house, Mercury is transiting, so that is making their subconscious mind, the concentration, focus better. So that is one of the positive things. And in the 11th house, Rahu is transiting, so gains would not be very great. So as a whole, this Cancer ascendant people, and if you observe, the Yoga Karaka planet is Venus for them, and Venus is transiting in the 5th house. So they can focus on 5th house area more, because 5th house area can give some good results for them now, because Venus is transiting there. So they can focus on progeny, they can focus on children, getting children, or their BTech education, the bachelor degree if they are doing, that is also good for them. Any kind of solution giving energy, if they are sports, if they are into sports, then also they are going to get very good results in the sports areas. And that is about the Cancer ascendant people. And if you check Leo ascendant, for Leo ascendant, moon is functionally malefic, so that is the main thing, and Rahu Ketu transit is also very much important. And the work area, they might be facing some issues in the work area because of this Rahu transit. Better they try to focus on that job area, better try to avoid any kind of arguments in the professional side. And another one is 4th house Ketu is coming, so moon is also transiting in the initial days itself, so giving some kind of mental peace for them. And the 5th lord Jupiter is sitting in the 6th house here, 7th lord is also so transiting in the 6th house. So the 6th house matters are good here if you observe. So they can, if they have to pay any kind of loans or whatever, they better concentrate on that, on them, because for loan repayment and for gym activities, daily routines, or getting a job also, they can very easily get job, the Leo ascendant people here. So Saturn direct will definitely give them job here. So Leo ascendant people are going to get job from 11th October onwards, 11th October 2021 onwards. Better they try to put good efforts, that's it. It's very much possible, very easily they can get a job now. And in the 2nd house matters also, Mercury is transiting, clearly it is showing some kind of money for them, right? Its Mercury is also in the Mula Trikona house, so for them in the horoscope, Mercury's dignity is also very good. So they can easily get some kind of speech related job, any communication related job, very easily they can get during this season. So that is one thing you can clearly predict. And the next one is the Virgo ascendant. Mercury is transiting here in the ascendant itself, so they are going to take great decisions. That is one thing expected. Yoga Karaka Jupiter is in the 5th house, but the Saturn is becoming direct, so better they try to take some care on health. But anyways, Jupiter is trying to protect them, but this protection may not be very good, so better they try to concentrate on that. So it's transiting, it's becoming direct in the 5th house, so better they try to take care in the matters of affairs, because 6th lord is Saturn for them, the Mula Trikona house Aquarius. So basically better they try to avoid any kind of illegal affairs and all this stuff. Otherwise they would be in trouble. Luck is also bad. Rahu is transiting there. So clearly it is showing a kind of illegal affair, illegal problems due to illegal affairs. It is showing for Virgo ascendant. Better they try to avoid any kind of bad affairs, any kind of course Virgo ascendant people are very much, they are into cooking and cleaning the house or doing some household activities. They are into that mainly, right? The Virgo ascendant energy is like that. They're service oriented. They may not run into affairs, but it is showing this way currently. So better they try to focus on that. So 727, if I make this one is Libra for Libra ascendant. What is Saturn for Libra ascendant? Where Libra ascendant, Saturn is a yoga karaka planet. It is becoming direct. So some good days are expected for them. Yeah, so very good days are expected, and Mercury is functionally malefic and is functionally malefic. Mercury is transiting in the 12th house. So of course it is actually in its exalted sign, or it is in the Mula Trikona sign. So this Mercury may not do much harm to them. Only the Rahu in the 8th house is giving them lot of pressure, lot of stress. Otherwise all the planets are transiting very nicely. The kind of stress and pain that you're feeling now will be out of your way. Means maybe you are facing some problems in the 8th matters, 8th related, like in-laws. From in-laws you may be getting lot of stress, or in the matters of 8th, 8th house itself is nothing, it's a stress giving house, right? So Rahu energy there is not so good, transition of Rahu there. So as long as this Rahu is coming out of Taurus and it will be moving into Aries, right, maybe in the next year. So when this Rahu is moving to 7th house for you, then it is going to be good. But you utilize other energies. You have a very great Jupiter energy, Saturn energy is very good for you. Utilize that energy, do your work, right? So that's it. This Rahu, for Rahu you do some propitiations. You have to do propitiations for Rahu. I think you are already doing some propitiations for Rahu for the past 1 year or 1.5 year, because Rahu transits in a sign for 1.5 years. So it is giving stress for you for the whole 1.5 years here. So otherwise remaining things are good for you. That is one thing you can say. And for Scorpio ascendant, problem is in the marriage, and then the legal spouse and marriage relationship areas, they are facing problems for the past 1 year or whatever. Then the Saturn direct is going to give you a lot of focus, lot of concentration on your work. So it's going to be very good. Even if you want to do some kind of marketing business, that is also very good. Your brokerage businesses, if you are trying to do anything related to third, the short distance travel is very much ensured for you. So with that short distance travel, you may do some kind of religious activity, or anyways, this short distance travel is very much ensured for you in this particular week. So that's going to give you some beneficial results only. Obviously you may get some wealth because of that. Those are expected. And for you, the functionally malefic Venus itself is in the ascendant, so better you don't take any decision. Of course you're doing some short distance traveling, and you may be expecting some money from that, or whatever, something beneficial, or you are doing some religious activity. So based on your own decision, you may fall into some trouble. So better try to take the advice of your loved ones, your dear ones, so that you will get benefited from them, right? Because anyways your 11th house is filled with benefic Mercury energy for you, right? So better try to take help from your loved ones, the dear ones, and then your own decision may not trouble you much there. So short distance travel is ensured, take care of that, and that is going to give you something better, unless and until you don't depend upon your own decision. And Rahu is in 7th house, so giving some trouble, the marriage, so take care of that. Sagittarius ascendant, so Saturn Jupiter is in the 2nd house. Jupiter is there and Saturn is becoming direct. So it is very much evident that you are planning to do something, you are planning to get some money by doing some extra work or by doing any other activity you are planning, but you are not doing so far. But now you are going to do it from 11th October onwards. You will start that. Maybe you are already doing some job or you want to start a part-time job, right? Then that part-time job also you will start. You will make a move in that matters, because Saturn is becoming direct in the 2nd house. So whatever things stuck for you in the 2nd house area is going to be moving forward for you from October 11th onwards, right? So that is it. In the 12th house Ketu is there, so you always think about spirituality, and Rahu is in 6th house, giving you trouble in the area of health and all this stuff. You have to take care of your health. Of course you're doing it for the past 1 year, because Rahu is transiting in the 6th house for the past 1 year. So continue that, continue taking care of your health and whatever fluctuations you may get there. And your ascendant lord is also in the 2nd house, so obviously it's a very good time for you to get a new income. New income is ensured. 10th house also having some good energy, your Mercury, Mula Trikona, the exaltation, Sun and Mars. Sun is your Yoga Karaka planet, very good. So if you don't have a job, you will get it very easily, will get it. So it is clearly indicating it is giving you a new job, or it is giving you more success in your profession, more fame in your profession. So you have to put some efforts, obviously. Saturn is also going to make you put some efforts to get new income for you. And then Capricorn ascendant. For Capricorn ascendant, Jupiter is malefic and Sun is also malefic. Sun and Jupiter is very much important for them. Sun is in the 9th house and Jupiter is in the ascendant itself. So their own decisions would be very troubling for them. So better they try to take decisions from their loved or dear ones and they get benefit out of it. So luck is may not be very much great, but Mercury is trying to give you some luck here, but Sun is trying to spoil that luck, right? So because Sun is very powerful, so you may not expect much luck here, and don't take your own decisions. And 11th house is of course giving you some gains for sure, and Rahu is in the 5th house, troubling you in the creativity activities. So obviously the Saturn direct, your ascendant lord is becoming direct. Obviously it is going to make you to work more, to put more efforts, thereby you are going to get something great in the long run. Obviously it is going to be a kind of relaxation situation for you for for the past 1 year or 1.5 year, whatever troubles you're facing. You may try to get out of them, means you will put your own efforts, right, to come out of them. It's something like the till now the situation is whether you should put some efforts or not in order to go out of all the problems. But this is the time, 11th October Monday would be the time where you will really put some practical efforts, some tangible efforts, so that you're really making a move to come out of your problems, right, whatever problems you're facing, right? So that is one good thing for you. And so luck is of course 50-50 luck, because Mercury is present but Sun is spoiling, Mars is present, Yoga Karaka Mars is also present. So luck is something like 60-40, you can say, more luck only, because Yoga Karaka Mercury, Yoga Karaka Mars, both are in the 9th house. Only Sun, the malefic Sun, is spoiling that energy, but as a whole 9th house energy is also helping you. So yes, it's a good time to start something great, good time to take a decision. Better don't take any decision from your guru, but better take decision from your brothers. Better you take from your brothers. Ask your brother. Also, if you have any siblings, better try to ask them. Just try to make a note of what your siblings are saying about your about your plan, right? Just ask them. So based on that you can take a decision. Their decision would be helpful for you. Now Aquarius ascendant, very great thing, because the expenditure stuff that you're facing so far, the kind of pressure you're facing because of your expenditure, you will get out of that. You will get some kind of relaxation, you will get some movement in that. And the domestic problems you're facing in the house related problems, right? So they are going to be continued for some more time. Please wait for that, but at least in the expenditure matter you are going to get something new, some relaxation, you can say. And for Aquarius ascendant, obviously Moon and Mercury are functionally malefic, and Mercury is, of course, it is in the exaltation state, so it may not harm much, but 8th house energy is shown here, so some stress is obviously expected, and some problems in the domestic life, means in the house that you're living in, they are very much expected. But in the expenditure side you may get some new support for your expenditure, right? That is one thing you can note. Now Pisces ascendant, for Pisces ascendant, Saturn is a malefic planet, especially giving a burden in the areas of gains, or right, in the with the friends you may have some problems, so you need to perform some propitiations for Saturn. That is one thing. And you have some kind of disturbed subconscious mind, a disturbed focus. Your focus is not so strong during this period. For the past 1 year your focus is not so good, so you have to perform propitiations for Rahu and Saturn. And in the 7th house matters, it seems to be the 7th house is also a kind of spoiled here because of Sun, this functionally malefic planet for you. So for you the functionally malefic planets are Sun, Venus and Saturn. So Sun is in the 7th house, Venus is in the 9th house, Saturn is in the 11th house, giving you reducing your gains. That is one thing. So your focus, you have to chant some Durga mantra so that your focus is going to be stabilized. That is one thing. And your luck is also mixed during this time, so definitely you have to do propitiations for Venus, Saturn and Sun. So early in the morning it's a very good idea that you do some propitiation for Sun, so for the betterment of your marriage life, especially during this time. That is one thing you can do. So propitiations for Sun, Saturn, Rahu and Venus are recommended during this time. So that's it. Thanks for watching this video. And this Saturn direct is going to give something, some kind of new expenditure, maybe a new expenditure for you. So you have to perform some Saturn remedies during this time, right? So or you can also say you may try to invest on something new. You have stuck so far, so you may try to invest on something during this time based on the gains that you are going to get. But for betterment of your life, Rahu Saturn, Sun Venus propitiations are must for you. Thanks for watching this video.